MONAD, back with another MONAD update for you guys. And we are having a nice bouncing MONAD here, 2 cents, right? Remember I spoke about the MONAD on the channel. I have to get my clout tokens. I have to. I'm trying to get my, I'm honestly gonna lock in and get my channel to 100,000 subscribers. That's my goal for this channel, to get it to 100,000 subscribers. So anytime I make a great call, I'm gonna make sure, you know, beat it into the subscribers. Well, not you, not the people that already subscribe. I mean the new people that show up. I'm going to bang it across their head over and over again. Hey, I called this at this. And obviously, if I'm wrong on a project, I could do the same back to me. Hey, you were wrong about this, right? Fear is fear. So I need my clout tokens. So I was talking about MONAD back here at the lows, around the lows, 1.8 cent, 1.7 cent. December, you know, had a nice 2x move. Then it came back and it rolled over. I said DCA, I think MONAD is going to be one of the better altcoins, one of the best performing altcoins, because again, I've used the ecosystem, right? A lot of people buy coins and buy like tokens, etc., and they never actually use it, right? I've used MONAD. I've traded memes on MONAD. I still think memes on MONAD are going to do good, but I've also bought like altcoins as well. I played with Lever Up, which is a perp DEX on MONAD. I've messed around with liquidity pools, right? Even though I don't really participate in DeFi as much as I should, I should say. But I used it. I use these things that people are bullish on. A lot of people, they just shill the coin and token, but they never actually use it. How are you bullish on something that you don't use? It's like you buy, you know, it's like you buy a toaster or a microwave and you don't use it, but you're bullish on the microwave. It's just in the wrapping, right? But yeah, like I said, I need my clout tokens. MONAD is doing fantastic here, and you know, it's at 0.0. It was once at 0.017. Now it's at 2 cents. So everybody that was paying attention to the channel, you are already up in profit. And like I said, I think MONAD is going to do extremely well and shock a lot of people. As far as the crypto timeline goes, crypto Twitter, they said MONAD is going to be a dead chain, ghost chain, etc. I disagree with them wholeheartedly, and I think it's going to be one of the better chains. I think this is going to be the only coin, really and truly, in my opinion, that could compete with Solana, because the scalability and what they built over the years is there, right? 10,000 transactions per second. Just take a look at the website, and they're not lying about it either. If they were lying about it, somebody would call them out. 10,000 transactions per second, 200 plus validators, right? And this is why I say it's also EVM compatible. So bridging to MONAD, it's also on Solana as well, but I'm saying bridging to MONAD, because I trade on base, I trade on mainnet Ethereum still. Yes, I know I'm a boomer. You know, most people stop trading on mainnet Ethereum because it's still slow. it's not expensive anymore, but it's still slow, right? And I could instantly bridge, boom, straight from MONAD to base, you know, ETH to MONAD, right? Easy. So that's another reason why I'm like, okay. So basically MONAD to me is like Ethereum and Solana. You fuse them together and you get both of them like fused together on steroids, you know, Monster Energy, Gatorades, energy drinks, Adderall. That's what MONAD is to me personally, right? And like I said, I've used it. I love the communities there. I love the cultures. You know, I made videos on some of the memes in the past, and the communities embrace me and support me, right? It doesn't feel tribal. It probably will get tribal the bigger MONAD gets. But for now, it's chill. And like I said, the people that actually support MONAD, they treat it like how, you see how XRP, now this is the thing, right? I have to bring up XRP because no matter how much people talk crap on XRP and say the holders are delusional, right? It's still one of the better altcoins, and it performed better than a lot of altcoins this previous cycle that a lot of the KOLs and top influencers said, oh, this is probably going to do a 10x. None of them were shilling XRP, and I wasn't shilling it either. I wasn't, you know, paying attention either, and it was one of the only altcoins to do a 10x. from the low when they had like what 99% of altcoins did nothing this previous bull run. XRP went from 31 cents right here, if you guys could see that, to $3.27. And it made another high of $3.42. You know why? Because the army, the XRP army, the community here is just unmatched, right? And I see shades of that, like I said, in projects I cover on the channel. I see shades of that with MONAD, where if you talk no matter what you say to a MONAD holder, they don't care. They think this thing is going to $5, $10, crazy targets, right? And that's what you need for a project to really be successful, right? It's not just the tech. The community has to be just fanatic as well, right? Delusional, if you will. So that's what I see with MONAD, and that's why I was bullish on it. I was in their Discord. Remember, you could join the MONAD Discord. I was trolling around in their Discord. Right here, you could join their Discord. I was trolling around, having fun, talking to people in the Discord. I'm like, yo, this is so chill, right? That community aspect is there. They also make memes as well, so they appeal to, like, you know, the boomer tech guys and the zoomer guys as well. The young, old, any demographic, they could find, you know, they could find something special here with Mon, right? So keeping my grandma locked in this cage until MONAD TVL hits 300 million. You see, this is what I'm talking. So Jan 5th, they made a joke. I'm gonna keep grandma locked in the cage until MONAD TVL hits 300 million. Well, guess what? It just did. So now they let her out of the cage. That's hilarious, man. That is hilarious. That is so funny. And that's what you want to see, man. You know, you have the tech side, but you also have the fun side of investing as well, because it's such a drag to be in the crypto space when you got stocks outperforming, gold and silver outperforming, every other asset class outperforming, and we're still in crypto. You know how many times I scroll the timeline? I know I'm just rambling here, but you know how many times I scroll the timeline and I see, if you're still in crypto, you must be psychotic or something like that, because everything else, prediction markets outperform. I'm seeing people make 5 to 6 to 7 figures on prediction markets. You know, they say crypto is done, we go into prediction market, and they're actually doing well on prediction markets. I'm like, dang. But my channel is crypto spaces, not stock spaces, not gold and silver spaces, precious metal spaces, not prediction market spaces. It's crypto spaces, because I believe in this asset class for the long term. Jokes aside, and like I said, you see how, you know, Nitro is still going extremely well here, accepting more teams to receive credits for Nitro. Another thing as well, what I think is really gonna make crypto be the thing that, you know, even, you know, the Bitcoin maximalists and, you know, the people that don't want to venture out into much altcoins or meme coins, etc., DeFi, they don't want to mess around with all the other stuff. I think what's really going to bring that mass adoption in crypto is stablecoins, right? Stablecoin adoption. And look at the growth here. I know I spoke about this before, but this is a big deal that a lot of people are paying attention to. Look at the growth of stablecoin adoption for MONAD here. Less than 5 billion in stablecoin transfers, and now it's up to 59 billion in less than 3 months, right? In less than 4 months, I should say. That's insane. This is insane, because guess what? This is what institutions, TradFi, etc. are going to want to see, because guess what? With this type of stablecoin growth, and the chain is still running just as fast, no interruptions, and it doesn't ever go down, right? It doesn't have, like, for example, Solana. I know Solana team has locked in, and they've never been any downtime since they've locked in, like for what, 2 years now, no downtime. But we know for a fact MONAD, because it's EVM, will never have downtime. There's never going to be an issue, because you never know if Solana changes their team, somebody retires, because remember, the Solana Foundation already super rich. Somebody might step down who's great at, the tech of Solana, and then all of a sudden you get more downtime again. You never know. One thing about MONAD here is that downtime is never going to happen, right, as an EVM chain as well, right? So I'm bullish. Let's take a look at some tweets. I haven't take a look at tweets in a while. If you hold on, interact with this tweet. MONAD community, the moment they see crypto Twitter say MONAD is a dead shit, this is this is exactly what I'm talking about. This is exactly what I'm talking about. You can't say anything bad about they're like the XRP army when it comes to this coin, man. They will defend this thing to their deathbed, to their grave. And a lot of L1s and a lot of projects doesn't have that. And this is what makes it so powerful as well, right? MF is losing patience. See MON not above the ICO price. It's about to break above it. It is about to break above it, man. Let's take a look. See, so it's 2.5 cents is the Coinbase ICO price. That was always a stubborn level for it to break, and once it breaks that, I think a lot of people are gonna start being happy, man, and these views are gonna start to come in from MONAD. But yeah, I need my clout tokens. I was talking about this at 1.8 cents, 1.7 cent. I need my clout tokens. Share my video, subscribe. Try to get to 100k subscribers. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. As I've stated in the past, 50k to 100k MONAD. Good bet to make. Maybe not 100k anymore. $2,400. Maybe it might be a lot for a lot of people. Maybe 50, anywhere in that range though. 50,000 to 100,000. Maybe even 30,000 MONAD. Just make some money in the space, man. Invest in strong projects. Sometimes cut some losses on the weaker projects. Invest in the strong projects. That's gonna make you money, right? Do you want to be right, or do you want to make money in the space, right? I know I want to make money, so yeah, just make some money, man. Because if you could get like from here, you could see a 10x out of MONAD from here. Wouldn't you be happy for a 10x in these market conditions? You can't. I would be super happy for a 10x. So as always, none of this is financial advice. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Again, share the videos. I really appreciate all the support. Link to follow me on X. Subscribe to my Clips channel in the description, and also join my Discord. It really, really helps out if you support those links.